there is the grid. Ito quickest, Zakwan and Tamada, the two teammates on row number 1. Iwata, Jakrit, the best of the ties, and Fujiwara, who's the pop star. He's the superstar of this Asia Road Racing Championships. On the 3rd row, Koyama, who's in a good nick of form. Tanaka and Inagaki, a wild card. Bradley Imamudin, Patrick Olsen, and another wild card, Tsubasa Okuno from Japan. On to row 5, Dimaseki. I like Dimaseki. He could well be one for the future. Ratapong and Suhatai. H.A. Yudhistara, who started the season well, is looking for result. The former world champion, Chalempal, and Pirawat, Okamura, Ahmed Fuad Baharudin. We haven't mentioned him much this weekend. Yeah. And Tajiri, that's on row 7 of the grid. Haslan Shah, Mohammed Farid, and Iganami. It's not been a great weekend for Malaysia, actually. And Mickey Blair alongside Ahmed Afif, who we profiled earlier on, and Shotaro with the 10th row of the grid, Yamauchi and Hudson.
As I said before, because racing here in Suzuka is always a great advantage for the Japanese rider. This is a very difficult track, so the Japanese rider race here week in, week out, so they had the advantage of the knowledge of the track better than any other riders. So it's always been difficult for the non-Japanese rider to race here in Suzuka. But then again, we have last year Adlansia Kamarzaman proving it wrong, and then we have today Zakwan proving it wrong as well. But we did have 3 Japanese riders on podium. Perhaps, who knows, in race number 2, we might have a non-Japanese rider on the podium.
Conditions absolutely perfect. We were warned that there might be a 50% chance of rain. You look into the distance and it is absolutely gorgeous day for racing. It's not too warm, but warm enough to keep the crowd happy. The conditions are dry. Everybody's on the same tyres. This is all about rider skill. It'll be Ito on pole, Zakwan, Zaidi and Tamada, Iwata, Jakrit and Fujiwara. They're the 6 possibly who will be the favourites on the first 6.
The rider have to give respect to the track. If not, they can bite them. They have to be very precise in the first part of the track, very technical part of the track, to get the speed that they want going through the second part. And of course, we have the last chicane before the finishing line.
This is the Musashi Boon Tsuyo Honda racing team. They've got 2 men on the front row of the grid, Zakwan and Makoto Tamada. Just waiting for the last guys to get themselves in place on the grid. They look for the green flag to be waved at the back of the grid, and then red flag will disappear, and then we are under starting order. So all are ready. Red flag tells the drivers that we are close to the start of race number 2 of the 600cc SuperSports. Red lights are off, and immediately that's a good start from Yuki Ito. What line is he taking into the first corner? He's cut across, and Ito finds a good line, and Ito on pole leads going into the first curve. That's a textbook start from the Japanese in the Yamaha.
This is a good start by Yuki Ito and the 2 Musashi Bonshu Honda racing team. But I believe something's not right with Fujiwara, because we have not seen the green of Fujiwara in the front, so he's there a little bit behind. He started from 7 on the grid.
Yeah, and it looks like he's dropped down to 9 or 10. So yeah, but Fujiwara's got the ability to work his way up through the pack. At the moment, though, it is Yuki Ito who's not got any thoughts of Fujiwara. He's just got thoughts on trying to pull out a little bit of distance between himself and Zakwan Zaidi in second, and Tamada currently in third.
It is Ito, Zakwan, Tamada, and Jakrit Swat, and Sotoru Iwata in 5th. So that's the race order.
As we go behind, is that Fujiwara there?
There is Fujiwara.
Yeah, okay, so he's begun to make a little bit of headway. So not the greatest of start from Fujiwara. Started 6th and is down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 11th place for Fujiwara.
We have, I think we have, I saw number 26, that Ahmad Fuad Bandwin is just right behind Fujiwara. So it's a great start for Ahmad Fuad, because he's 20th on the grid. today.
Ito holds a tight line as they come around the spoon curve and into the fastest part of the track. This is the West Straight, and then they go into the unofficially called Shinkansen, which is just there. So many overtaking maneuvers at this stage, and then round that magnificent 130R before they hit the chicane.
It is the first lap. We will see wait until the start finish line to see the official.
And Zakwan has gone past Yuki Ito. So I think Zakwan will be leading going through the end of the first lap, and that's good work on the chicane. Confirmation as it comes through. Zakwan leads, Ito second, Tamada third, Jakrit ahead of Koyama, and Tanaka in sixth. So that's a terrific piece of overtaking from Zakwan Zaidi. Obviously he's got Zamri Baba cheering him on, I'm sure, because the more points that these guys can take off Fujimoto, who are still looking. Fujimoto is where?
Fujiwara is 11th. Katsuaki Fujiwara is 11th after the first lap. So not a good start, not a great start for Katsuaki Fujiwara. And now we have Zakwan Zaidi leading the race. Well, he did lead the race in race 1, but he did not last long, as we saw Tamada and also Fujiwara made their move to be in front of Zakwan Zaidi.
Well, it is Mohammed Zakwan Zaidi on the Honda who leads the way. It's a 13-lap race. We've gone through 1 lap, so 30 minus 1 is 12 to go. Zakwan Zaidi knows there's a long way to go, as Yuki Ito also disappointed on pole. He wanted a better result on race number 1. Tamada just holding things up, and Jakrit, who's been very good throughout the season. There is Tamada in 3rd place, as we still look for the number 37 of
that's number 37.
Fujiwara.
He's showing 11 on timing pace. I think he's improved his position by now.
That's the beauty of Fujiwara. He's got the ability just to make 1, 2, 3 places very, very quickly, particularly when you hit this long straight.
But still, we have Zakwan Zaidi, battle hard with Yuki Ito. The long straight is battle between Honda and Yamaha. It's won by Yuki Ito. Yuki Ito now leading the race in front of Zakwan Zaidi.
As they have to climb on the brakes as Zakwan, has he lost 2nd spot as well? No, he hasn't. He's just held on to 2nd spot, Zakwan, but Tamada is right in his slipstream, and that's hard work for the guys. They're shifting left, right, left, full body weight, and then steaming down into this final straight, 900 meters straight, downhill. This is an opportunity to put top speed on, as we still look for Fujiwara. He's up to 10th place, Fujiwara, so he's made up 1 position in the last lap. He's going to have to go some. He does want to take full advantage of Zamri Baba's absence.
Yeah, still have 11 laps to go. There's a long way to go in the race. So still got time for Fujiwara to work himself up in front, but he still got 9 riders in front of him. As long as he's still in the group, it's not too far behind the leader, is Yuki Ito at the moment, then it's okay for Fujiwara.
As they go out into the countryside, up the top of the hill, it is still Ito from Zakwan and Tamada. 4th place is Jakrit, Koyama and Tanaka make it. 3 of the top 6 being Japanese. The sharp right hand under the crossover for the first time. This is a figure of 8 course, where they'll come back over themselves on the long straight. As we're looking at Fujiwara, 10th place officially last time that we saw him. He's looking to try to get round the outside. Has a little look-see. Powers on, but there's something not quite right with Fujiwara there, isn't he? You'd expect him to steamroll past those riders in front of him.
He's now at 2.9 seconds. 9 seconds behind the leader. 2.9 seconds. It's almost 3 seconds behind Yuki Ito. It's not good for Fujiwara for him to win his second race here in Suzuka. 10th place also is not good for him for his title contention.
What can he do? What can he do on this main straight? We're keeping an eye on him. There is Fujiwara. He's taken 1 space. He's up to 9th now. Bit by bit, 1 at a time. That's the way to go. And immediately close up on the man in front of him, Fujiwara, who is Inagaki. So Fujiwara has Inagaki in his sights at the top Ito still leads from Zakwan and Tamada, and Jakrit and Koyama and Tanaka. The top 6 haven't changed, but our man Fujiwara is now up to, is that 9th place? Maybe even 8th.
9th place right now. He's 9th place and he's trying to get past Inagaki, Deki, Dimas Eki Pratama in front of him.
So it's Ito who leads from Zakwan as they come round the first corner. We'll focus on the attempts of Fujiwara just to work his way up the standings.
But in front, you still have Yuki Ito leading the race, and once again, the two Musashi, Bonshu, Honda rider, Tamada and Zakwan Zadi right behind a leader. This is almost the same that we saw in the first race, only that this time around they didn't have, they do not have Katsuraki Fujiwara lurking behind them.
Jakrit has posted the best lap time of 2:14.891. Looking at the lap times behind them, this 5 look as though they're just pulling away. Ito from Zakwan, it's 0.216 between first and second. Tamada third, Jakrit still there. Koyama in 5th place. A little bit of daylight between them and the group behind. And Fujiwara won't want that to grow too much because he's just being held up in traffic, and that is costing him time, important seconds.
He's now 2.8 seconds behind Yuki Ito, and that's not good for Fujiwara because we have only 10 laps to go. This is 600cc SuperSports 600cc category. It's only 2 minutes 15 seconds per lap. So with 10 laps to go, it doesn't sound so good for Fujiwara because in front of him is Inagaki, and it won't easy for him to get past Inagaki and 2 more riders.
Tanaka, Dimaseki, Inagaki. And there he's going to try and make a move down the inside. This is opportunity. This is the long straight. If Fujiwara does have the straight line speed, this is the moment. He's in the slipstream. It's the perfect place just for him to try and slingshot past, which is exactly what he does, to try and go past Tanaka. If he's gone past Tanaka, that could be him up into the top 7. We'll find out in just a moment. The leaders, though, leading the way into the chicane. It's Ito from Zakwan, from Tamada, from Jakrit, from Koyama. We come through with 9 laps to go.
It's 9 laps to go. So still Fujiwara 2.8 seconds behind the leader. But I think he just got past Inagaki. Let me see the gap now between Yuki Ito and Fujiwara now 8 with 3.2 seconds. Oh, that's not good. Even though he is 1 place up, but the gap is wide, 3.2 seconds down between Fujiwara and Yuki Ito. So let's go in front and concentrate with Yuki Ito, Zakwan Zaidi, Tamada and Jakrit Sangswat.
Indeed, that's where the points will be won, unless Fujiwara can do something special. But we know Fujiwara's got the ability to do that. He's just got traffic in front of him. But that gap between the first 5 and 6th place, who is currently Dimas Eki Patama, that is growing. Dimas Eki trying his hardest just to close that gap, but there is the differential. Between 1 and 2, it's 0.277. Between 2 and 3, it's 0.312.
So Yuki Ito, Zakwan and Makoto Tamada, Jakrit Sangswat and Tomoshi Koyama. And I think that's Fujiwara.
Yeah, Fujiwara now up to 8th place and just trying to close that as we look at Chalampol, the former champion. He's in 13th place overall.
Chalampol is 4.6 seconds off the pace of the leader Yuki Ito. So he's still a little bit behind for Chalampol or Polamai, who's also stuck in the traffic. So he has 3 riders in front of him. Then only we have Fujiwara. I want us to see a battle between Fujiwara and Chalampol Polamai.
Well, Fujiwara, has Fujiwara actually gone down a spot there? Wondering because there's a leading 6 and Fujiwara looks like he's lost just a little bit of time. So at the front we have got Yuki Ito and Zakwan Zaidi and Tamada. This has been as it's been since lap number 1. Jakrit holding on, Koyama. Dimas Eki in 6th place. As they come through the chicane, it'll be 8 laps to go. Yuki Ito still holding on to his lead. And then we'll keep a look down to Fujiyama.
I did say just now, in the first place, we have 3 Japanese riders on podium. And perhaps in the second race, you could have a non-Japanese rider. And we have Zakwan and Jakrit Sangswat in 4th place right now.
Fujiwara is up to 7th place and has closed the gap, 2.5 seconds. He made a move. It was a back marker who he just was held up by him. So Fujiwara with 8 laps to go. We are less than halfway through. A little bit of an error there from Zakwan Zaidi, a little bit of a wobble, but he's got away with it.
So Fujiwara just had a fastest lap, 2 minute 14.155 seconds.
There we confirmation. Thanks to the graphics and sharp-eyed from Hami there. You're keeping a close eye on Fujiwara because he's got to be kept a close eye on. No matter what's going on at the front, Fujiwara will always be in the back of these guys' minds that where is he? Where's he coming from? What magic is he going to produce?
There is Fujiwara now. Yes, 8 laps to go, and he's almost there with the front group.
Dimaseki it is who he's got in his sights, and Fujiwara is closing in on Dimaseki as they come round this long right into the hairpin bend. Slams on the brakes, will try and accelerate out, but Dimaseki has got a good line coming out of that, so no room there for him. Up at the front, it's still Yuki Ito, and Zakwan and Tamada, and Jakrit and Koyama. Dimaseki in 6th place, and there in the green is the Kawasaki, the beat Kawasaki of the race championship leader and race number 1 leader, Fujiwara.
So he's at 2:14.155 seconds compared to Yuki Ito is 2:14.837. His best lap 2:14.853 by Zakwan. So it's looking good for Kawasaki Fujiwara.
He's making his move on Dimaseki. He's gone past Dimaseki. Fujiwara up into 6th place. That slingshot works. It's almost like the bullet train. The slipstream just takes you through. Then he approaches the chicane in 6th place. Again, he's late on the brakes, but he's held off Dimaseki. He's now in 6th, and he's got the top 5 in his sights. This fella is a remarkable rider.
It's getting more interesting because now Fujiwara is closing on the gap with the front group. It's not going to be long before he will be right behind Tomoshi Koyama. Now, 1.8 seconds behind Yuki Ito in 6th place.
But he's not got the traffic in front of him now. He's got clear track, so that means his next target will be Koyama. And he is already pushing up on Koyama. Koyama's not been able to make any impression on Jakrit or Tamada. It's been a bit of procession between Ito, Zakwan, Tamada, Jakrit and Koyama for 5 or 6 laps now. There's still a little bit of daylight between them. There's still technical riding going on, but you look at the man in green. He's getting closer and closer. Katsuaki Fujiwara.
Yes, for Jakrit Francois, it's very close behind Tamada and Zakwan. Koyama just following behind. And here is Katsuaki Fujiwara. He was 1.8 seconds behind Yuki Ito. And let's see what the time that he will do this time, because he did 2 minute 14.155 second 2 laps ago, and that's the fastest lap so far. And he did.
We have a casualty.
14.81.
Bradley, he's walking away nice and safely. But at the top end, still Ito from Zakwan. Is he going to make a move, Zakwan? He decides not to as they come round the spoon curve. Again, this is the opportunity. This is the long straight. It will be Ito from Zakwan and Tamada, who's uptight. Jakrit Koyama.
Well, Yuki Ito did 2 minute 15 seconds in the last lap, so it's not looking good for Yuki Ito. This is a crash, I think.
That's spectacular. He's just lost the back end.
The back as well.
The bike has gone
think
over the side.
Fadli Imanuddin, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Fadli Imanuddin, yes. At the top end.
Yes, I think Jakrit is now currently 3rd. So Jakrit has gone past Tamada, or is that Zakwan Zaidi?
Yeah, Jakrit 3rd, Tamada 4th, Koyama 5th, Fujiwara 1.5 seconds down. A concerned look on the pit lane of Tamada. What happened there? As we were watching the crash, Tamada just dropped a spot. It's so easy to lose concentration though. As Yuki Ito will find out, he's got to be completely focused. 5.5 laps to go. This is the technical part of the course.
Well, this is the race order. We have Yuki Ito, Zakwan Zaidi 2nd, Jakrit Francois now 3rd, Tamada, Koyama and Fujiwara 6th, and Fujiwara just reduced the gap now down to 1.5 seconds between him and Yuki Ito.
And still plenty of time to go. 5.5 laps. best part of 35 kilometers to make up that kind of time. It is Ito leading. And Fujiwara, slowly but surely, and he's dragging Dimaseki along with him. Let's not forget Dimaseki. He's just living in the glory of Fujiwara, not being lost by him, but Fujiwara on the beat Kawasaki. He's a great story because he's got the ability to thrill by coming from a long way down, and he is actually closing as the hairpin is there. He's closed that really, really tight on the back of Koyama.
While Tamada and Koyama and Zakwan did 2 minutes 15 seconds in the previous lap, that does not help themselves, and that really helped Fujiwara to improve his gap, to reduce the gap between him and the leader. So now it's less than 1.5 seconds between Fujiwara and Yuki Ito.
Jakrit trying to go around the outside of Zakwan Zaidi. Clearly Jakrit has got straight line speed. Is this the chance for Jakrit to go for second place? Zakwan holds him off just for now, but Jakrit is clearly having a look at Zakwan Zaidi. Good defensive riding from Zakwan Zaidi, but that's enabled Yuki Ito just to take a small lead as they come into the chicane, and no real pressure on him from Zakwan this time. So it will be Yuki Ito who's led from start to finish. Zakwan second, Jakrit, terrific manoeuvre there from the tie, but he is up in third place and is really, really motoring.
Just look at Katsuaki Fujiwara, because now he's now closing on behind Koyama, 1.2 seconds behind Yuki Ito, 0.1 second behind Koyama. And he's now preparing himself to make his move to overtake Koyama.
Yeah, Koyama currently in 5th place. It's that menacing lime green of the beat Kawasaki in 6th that everybody will be aware of.
Now everybody is doing 2 minutes 15 seconds in the top 6, except Fujiwara, 2 minutes 14.981 seconds. That shows how fast is Fujiwara on the track right now.
So Ito leads the way. And that's Zakwan, Jakrit, Tamada. 5th place Koyama will be very aware of Fujiwara breathing down his neck. And there he is, he's right onto him as they take that short right, and then they take this on the Degna curve under the underpass. Halfway through this lap, 4.5 laps to go, and Ito, who's still leading from pole, still leading, never been out of 1st place. It's a potential start to finish victory, but there's an awful lot of work to do before that.
Well, and I think that Yuki Ito is losing a little bit of time. It's 2 minutes 14, 2 minutes 15, 2 minutes 14, 2 minutes 8 seconds, 2 minutes 14.9 seconds and 0.8 seconds, so not that good for Ito. And Zakwan in 2 minutes 15 seconds for the last 3 laps. So that's how where they lost their time. And Jakrit Swanswat as well at 2 minutes 15 seconds. So this is going to be an advantage for Katsuaki Fujiwara, who seems to find the speed even more towards the end of the race.
Fujiwara looks to make his move. Fujiwara can't quite get through. He certainly had a little look there. That was as they came to 130 up. It's the fastest part of the track. They've then got to then slam their front brakes on going into the chicane. Ito, Zakwan, Jakrit, Tamada, and Fujiwara is up into 5th place. Fujiwara has taken Koyama. So Fujiwara from at one stage 12th is now up into 5th as they cross the line with 4 laps to go.
Fujiwara just overtaken Tamada. Tamada was before that down to 5th place because Koyama just up to 4th. Now Fujiwara behind Koyama, 0.9 seconds behind Yuki Ito.
Well, Tamada is just moving backwards as Ito, Zakwan. A slight little mistake from Zakwan. And he closed the door on Jakrit. Wondering what's happened to Tamada, because he was comfortable in 3rd and now he's under pressure from the 7th rider, Dimaseki.
Yeah, 4 laps to go. This is when the grip of the tire is going to give some impact for the riders. So they're losing time, as you can see, all of them in 2 minutes 15 seconds. 4 riders are losing the speed, which is Yuki Ito, Zakwan Zaidi, Fujiwara and Tamada. Jakrit and Tomoshi Kujama increased the speed in the previous lap.
Ultra competitive road racing, the Petronas Asia Road Racing Championships. We are at Suzuka. We've still got Buram. There's trying to get through the gap. There he is. He's knocked Jakrit out. And that is Koyama coming through into third place. So a brilliant maneuver on Jakrit, Jakrit's been trying to overtake those in front of him, caught out, and now Jakrit is the man under pressure from Fujiwara. This is road racing at its very, very best as Zakwan goes on the inside of Yuki Ito. Zakwan with 3.5 laps to go has taken the lead for the first time. Mohamed Zakwan Zaidi as they come into this West Straight, and now there's 3 adrift. Zakwan and Jakrit have made terrific moves in that last lap. And then, oh, it couldn't last because Ito has got the slingshot and overtakes him once again. But Zakwan now knows that there's a place for him to overtake Yuki Ito.
Now, once again, we have 7 riders battling, more than 7, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 riders now battling for P1, and they are less than a second between them.
I tell you, I think Koyama's gone through into second spot there. Certainly Ito has, and Koyama, I think, has taken second spot. Indeed, he has. Jakrit third, Zakwan fourth, Fujiwara now fifth. So Zakwan, having been in the lead, suddenly finds himself down in 4th place. He has, though, made a move because if we have a closer look there, we'll find Fujiwara is up into 4th place. Fujiwara, 4th place.
What happened to the Musashi Bonshimona Racing riders? Because in first is Tamada, now is Zakwan that losing the speed, and give a great room for quite a room for Katsuaki Fujiwara to improve himself. Now Fujiwara only 0.6 seconds behind Yuki Ito.
Indeed, there seems to be a problem for the Hondas because Tamada has dropped down from 3rd down to 7th. Dimas Eki has overtaken him, and Zakwan has lost a couple of places as well in the last lap or so. But at the moment, Yuki Ito is back in front, Koyama 2nd, Jakrit 3rd, and Fujiwara in 4th place. And he's got his eyes very much on Jakrit. Has a little look at the hairpin as they come up the hill. It's a phenomenal ride from Fujiwara.
Yes, when we thought that Fujiwara, well, perhaps in this case he will not make it. Now he's 4th and battling for P1 with the 3 riders in front of him.
It is, though, Ito. Not quite start to finish. He had a temporary moment in 2nd, but he won it back pretty quickly. Ito Koyama, who's in a rich vein of form. He's finished on the podium in each of the last 3 races, so he's in a terrific vein of form. Jakrit is the only man who's really stopping them because Fujiwara is up in 4th. Japan 1, 2, 3 in race number 1, and they're looking to repeat that. Jakrit currently holding off Fujiwara. Where is Zakwan Zaidi? He's dropping off the pace just a little bit, and Tamada is putting pressure on Zakwan Zaidi.
I think Tamada just passed Zakwan. Now Zakwan down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's Tamada and then Dimas and then Zakwan.
So as they come through with 2 laps to go, it is indeed Ito, followed by Koyama, Jakrit, Fujiwara, Tamada, Dimas Eki, and as you say, Zakwan Zaidi drops down into 7th place, 1.69 behind the leader, Yuki Ito. But it's not looking good for Zakwan Zaidi. Some power somewhere just seems to have been lost. But Ito just goes from strength to strength. He knows he's under pressure in the Yamaha.
Look at the time now. All of them started to losing their speed. 2 minutes 15 seconds for the past 3 laps. 2 minutes 15.164 seconds by Yuki Ito. For Fujiwara, it's 2 minutes 15.120 seconds. Tamada is the fastest among them. 2 minutes 15.066 seconds.
As they head out into the countryside for the penultimate time, still Yuki Ito. He's got the Japanese Koyama and Jakrit very close behind, but always be wary of Fujiwara. Tamada looks like his tribulations are behind him because he's tight up behind Fujiwara in 5th place. And once again, this is wonderful road racing, competitive. Even Dimas Eki has closed as they go through the hairpin. Now Fujiwara had a look up the inside of Jakrit. No space. Jakrit closed the door through the chicane as they come into the long sweeping spoon curve. This is the opportunity, Harmy.
And this is I think where Fujiwara will try to make his move on Jakrit Sangswat.
Koyama has taken the lead ahead of Yuki Ito. Koyama took the inside line. Jakrit has a look. Fujiwara has a look, but Yuki Ito is under intense pressure. He was able to respond. Last time he lost the lead, he's responded again. Yuki Ito, great speed up the straight, and now Fujiwara is putting Jackrit under pressure. There's hardly a hair's breadth between 1 to 4.
There's a great battle in front there between Ito, Koyama and Francois, and Fujiwara just waiting for the right moment to take advantage of this. There you go.
And Jackrit's gone wide. Fujiwara into third, Koyama into second, Ito into first. Japan 1, 2, 3. This fella Fujiwara is working. Koyama is also putting a terrific speed in. Now Fujiwara up to second. He's only got Ito ahead of him. 1 lap to go. Fujiwara goes on the inside. Ito holds him off. Koyama in third place. Terrific road racing.
Well, just we thought that Fujiwara will not be on podium in this race, and here comes Fujiwara pushing hard behind Yuki Ito. So it's not going to be easy for Ito to win a race here in Suzuka, because right behind him, and he look back, it is Katsuaki Fujiwara.
If he's got any sense, he won't look back. He'll just look forward and not want the breath on the back of his head. But Yuki Ito, he's got the lead. He's been in the lead for virtually the whole time. It's a Japan 1, 2, 3. Ito, Fujiwara, Koyama, behind them, Jackrit, Tamada, Dimaseki, and Zakwan Zaidi. But this is the race for 1, 2, 3. What a race this has been from Fujiwara. He's got the ability to excite. Has he got the ability to come from 12th to win it?
Yes, indeed he has. He got all the thing that he needed to win a race from 12 or 13. Because we saw Fujiwara did it before. But this time it's even harder, because this is Suzuka, and we know Suzuka is a very hard track, and he has to come from 12. And at one time he was 3 seconds a drift off the leader, and now he's battling in second place.
But he's lost second place because Koyama's come through. Now will Fujiwara take him on the inside? It looks like it's closing up because Dimaseki is making a move now on Fujiwara. Fujiwara has a look on the inside, but terrific run from Koyama. Koyama under pressure from Fujiwara. Fujiwara goes on the outside, retains second spot, but ahead of them, Yuki Ito has got a bit of daylight as they come round the 130R for the last time. Surely he can't be caught there. Fujiwara feeling the pressure into the final chicane. It is Yuki Ito conservatively in there. Fujiwara into second place. Ito will take it. Fujiwara into second place. What a race, start to finish from Yuki Ito. Katsuaki Fujiwara second, and Koyama third, Dimaseki in fourth, Tamada fifth, Zakwan Zaidi sixth. It just gets better, Hami.
It really gets better in the race in the ARRC. Wow.
Okay, here is confirmation of the results. Yuki Ito to Japan 1, 2, 3, and 5. Fujiwara second, time of 2:29:20.319. Koyama third. Dimaseki, that's a good result for him. Mohamed Zakwan Zaidi for second for so long, and Jackrit second for so long. Disappointing down in seventh place. Jolene Polamai, the former world champion, enjoying his race, a top 10 finish there. Iwata 11th. You look down, the Japanese Tanaka in 15th place. As for the Malaysians, Farid Badrul, Ahmad Fuad Barudin, and Haslan Shah, all finishing low down, 17, 19 and 20. And at the tail, Okuno, he crashed out, as did Fadli Imamuddin. Hudson Pitt, he finished alongside Patrick Olsen, but a terrific race. Race of the season, having picked up 2 seconds, and he is absolutely thrilled because, Harney, it was virtually a start to finish. He started on pole, he went into the first corner first, a couple of blips, but otherwise he's led from the start.
Yes, indeed, and then doing that with Fujiwara on the grid with Koyama, Tamada, and even Zakwan. So we had all the great riders on the grid, and he led the race from pole till the end of the race. So something that really amazing for Yuki Ito.
A very happy Katsuaki Fujiwara as well, because at one stage he was 12th and had traffic in front of him, and he worked his way through to get into position in the last lap where there was a chance he could actually win this. Got to pay tribute to the sponsors, obviously. It's not a cheap sport, is road racing, and
yes, indeed.
I'm sure the teams benefit from it, but it's also great to get this kind of entertainment. And to get 6 or 7 competitive riders at 600cc, it is the most competitive road racing going on in the world today.
Yeah, it is, and we had a great races this weekend. All races for today, all 6 races that we watched today. Well, we had all the drama, all the action during all the races, and it is Yuki Ito receiving from Razlan from Petronas, and with the Petronas Hondyong Yamaha team winning it, so it must be a perfect weekend for them.
Certainly is. And the team award goes to Petronas. There you go, boss.
Looking forward to the Petronas Hondyong Yamaha team with Yuki Ito winning the race. So I did say before the start of the race that, well, Yuki Ito is the type of the rider that we saw from even last year. He's not really there yet, but now now I safely can say he's there. He's just arrived.